This is the fourth in a series of video production blogs documenting the production of our short film Exile. In this episode we're going to discuss our crew and the people we have involved, and we're also going to talk through what each role entails in the terms of production.
So our crew so far is Emily Grew, which is the writer, director and producer. There's me, Rob McDougall, which I'm going to be as the director of photography, partial writer and producer as well. We have Mim Donahue, which is the first AD, Alex Harkin, which is the first camera assistant, Peter Sutron, which will do props, and Rachel Lee, which will be costume design. And we're still searching for a sound mixer to capture the audio on set on the day. The producer's there to oversee the whole project, from pre-production, production to post-production. They would bring in any of the members that are needed for the creative side of things, but they do not control the creative aspect of the film. That would be the director's job. So the director is in charge of the creative aspect of the whole film. They would take the script and put it into a vision of their own. They would collaborate with people like the cinematographer or director of photography. They would be in charge of the whole creative process, so they would be the person that would make the decisions on any sets, props, costume design, all the way down to the post-production of any VFX that's involved as well.
And generally, other than the actors, the director is the name that tends to go behind the film. And certain directors tend to have their particular styles as well. So if you think of names like Steven Spielberg, Edgar Wright, Quentin Tarantino, all of these directors, you can generally tend to pick up on whether it's their film or not based on the style.
The director of photography is in charge of the camera team, and they collaborate with the director to establish a visual style of the film.
The first assistant director keeps the production on its feet. They have particular involvement in the schedule for the shooting, and on the day they support the director in ensuring that the day runs to schedule.
The first camera assistant is second to the director of photography. This is usually the person that does the follow focus, or the clapper loading and the camera reports. And you can have a second camera assistant, but on this occasion we only need one because we're such a small crew. Props is pretty much self-explanatory. They are in charge of dressing the set on the day with any props that they've prepared beforehand, maintaining the prop lists and issuing them to the right characters of the cast.
The costume designer will oversee everything to do with costumes from the start and on the day of shooting, so getting measurements of actors and maintaining a visual style of the film along with the director.
And finally, the sound mixer or boom operator is there to capture the best quality they can get out of the sound equipment on that day of any shooting. So we are currently about 8 weeks away from shooting. Everything seems to be on track. The planning seems to be going fine. Locations are almost signed off. We just need to do health and safety and send them away. The cameras are going to be signed off in the next week, hopefully. We've decided to go with the Blackmagic cinema camera on the Micro Four Thirds mount. The LED project had to be pushed back a little bit, but I'm back on track with that. And if you want some up-to-date progress reports, then follow us on our social media.
We're on Twitter @Exile Short Film and on Facebook, facebook.com/Exile Short Film UK.
If you have any questions about the production process, then please send them over to us and we'll answer them as soon as we can. But until then, we'll speak to you next time. Thanks.